Hello you fantastic people, welcome back to Borderlands 3. In this video I have a super quick one for you guys today. It is the 100 farms of the new Old God Shield dedicated drop spot. If you guys didn't hear, the Old God Shield finally got a dedicated drop along with a bunch of other DLC 2 items which just never got one for no apparent reason, even though they've been in the game for like a year. But the Old God is a very sought after shield and usually takes forever. And when I say forever, I mean like thousands of farms to get one or two, not good ones, just one or two actual shields. Now it finally has a dedicated drop and it's way easier to get them. So I'm going to show you guys where to get it, how often they drop, what other dedicateds they come in, the variants you guys want to look out for, and all that good stuff. Just before we get into it though, post editing Cody back to make sure you guys know a few important things about dedicated drop rates. The main things, your level, 1 through 65, whether or not you're in true Vault Hunter or normal Vault Hunter mode, your mayhem level, your guardian rank level, and any broken luck artifacts. Just side note, luck artifacts don't work, don't waste your time using those. None of those things change dedicated drop rates whatsoever. There are a percentage drop chance on particular bosses. For example, like 10% of the time a boss will drop its dedicated drop, and they can have between 1 and I think the highest is 3 or 4 dedicated drops in their loot pool. So 10% of the time it'll randomly roll between those 1 to 4 legendary dedicated drops, and it'll drop those randomly. The only thing that changes if you're on the higher mayhem level, mayhem 10 and 11 will have guaranteed anointment drop chance. That's it. All dedicated drops are going to be the same regardless, just so you guys know. But yeah, with that out the way, if you guys want to go farm yourselves the new Old God from the dedicated drop spot, it drops from Eleanor, the final boss in DLC 2. If you guys want to know how to get there, go to Heart's Desire inside Lorgus, the DLC 2 planet, and then go to the second fast travel station and then run the rest of the map. Go to the very end, you'll find the boss there. There's only one way to go, so you shouldn't get lost. The boss itself, kind of annoying to fight, not gonna lie. The first section you fight the actual Eleanor, and in the second section you have to fight the giant heart in the room with a bunch of spikes sticking out of it, and it doesn't take any damage unless you hit the spikes, meaning you have to run around the heart a whole bunch of times just taking out all the crystals, and you don't really get a whole bunch of damage out of them before they break, and it's just a very long process. There is a way faster way to do it on flak though. If you guys know the OG bang stick strategy, or a good substitute is the red line shotgun, which is a legendary. If you guys don't know what that is, feel free to check out the build I posted last week. That's the skill tree loadout and the weapons in there as well to show you guys how it works, or I'll show you guys some clips on screen so you guys can see me fighting Eleanor and the heart itself. Essentially what you do is shoot the bang stick into one of the crystals a whole bunch of times. I think it's like between 10 and 14 times. And then you can either just reload or you can crit swap to an Unforgiven, and it makes it go even faster. And you take out her entire health bar in one swoop. You don't have to go around to a bunch of crystals and waste a bunch of time. You just take out the boss that quickly. That's the fastest way I can manage to do it. I don't know how many seconds it is, but it's pretty quick if you guys want to go for really efficient farms. Also, it's not a super console friendly farm. Unfortunately, you do have to save and quit. I tried downing myself post fight. It doesn't respawn the boss, unfortunately, so you do have to save and quit. As for the drops themselves though, the world drops, they, for the record, never were very good, but I'd say they're pretty on par with the rest of the game now, as of world drops being nuked a couple weeks ago with the DLC 6 patch. But after 100 farms, it dropped 93 world drops, which doesn't sound great. It's less than one every time, but 25% of the time, or 25 out of the 100 runs, we actually got nothing. So out of the 75% remaining, that's not the worst rate nowadays, seeing as we don't get a whole bunch of legendary world drops. As for the dedicateds though, the main thing in question, the only reason I'm coming to this farm, is the Old God. It also shares the dedicated loot pool with the Love Drill Jacob's pistol, which if you guys didn't know is actually a pretty decent pistol if you want to try it out. But out of 100 runs, 13 love drills and 14 Old God shields, which is a very good drop rate. Almost 30% of the time you're going to get one of the dedicateds, which from my experience, it's usually around 15. So this is a very good farm now with all of the new DLC 2 dedicateds being spread out as well. The Old Gods, if you guys didn't know, come in a bunch of different variations. You can get fire, radiation, shock, and corrosive variants, which buff that particular elemental damage by 20%, which makes it really good for boss farming, mobbing. It's particularly good on Moes if you have a fire one, because she already has so much fire damage, you just amping it a little bit more. With flak, I use the fire one, I've had it for ages, but it was really hard to farm previously, but now I have one of every kind. I should also mention I'm like 95% sure I've never seen a cryo one. I've never heard of anybody having a cryo one, so I'm pretty sure you can't get a cryo one. But if you've ever seen one, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll stand corrected. Another stat from my farm, it's probably going to be a little bit more randomized, probably different in your experience, but just so you guys know, there are the 4 different elemental variations. I got 2 fire ones, 4 radiation ones, 2 shock ones, and 6 corrosive ones. So just so you guys know, if you're farming it yourself, you can sometimes get screwed on the RNG and get a whole bunch of one particular elemental type and then, like, you know, one or maybe even none of a different elemental type. You're probably just going to have to keep farming and fingers crossed you get the one you want. Now, if you guys want to go for the best variation of this shield, not only can you roll those elemental variants, but you can also get a bunch of passives on it as well, like bullet absorb, damage reduction, and that really annoying one that projects the shield forward in front of you whenever you're crouched. Don't get that one, not a fan. But there is a turtle capacity as well, or turtle variation, which increases your capacity, and you can get it twice on one shield, which is really, really good. I have managed to get one of those for level 60, haven't got a new one yet, fingers crossed I'll get one soon, but it does increase your capacity of your shield by 40%, then another 25%, meaning it's a really high capacity shield, which already has really good abilities, increasing your elemental damage. So you can look out for that if you guys want. That's the one I'm going to be going for. As for the love drill, I should also mention, seeing as it is the dedicated drop for that as well, if you want to look out for the best variation, out of my 100 farms, the best one I found had 15,900 damage and also had the 324% crit damage multiplier at the bottom of the card. If you want to look out for the best one, that's the best one I've seen. If you guys have any better variations of the old god or the love drill, let me know in the comment section down below. And that is everything I have for the 100 farms of the new dedicated drop spot for the old god and the love drill as well. Hope you guys found this video helpful or enjoyable. If you did, don't forget to smash subscribe down below. It's totally free, helps me out a bunch, and I very much do appreciate it. Other than that, we have a Discord with awesome people, and we also have a Twitch we stream to every night, both linked in the description if you guys want to check out those. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll live stream. Till then, adios.